Okay, so welcome to Trading with Goals. I'm going to start. So today our key play is Microsoft. So before I start on the key play, I want to mention something that I was gonna discuss on Sunday. I'll just mention briefly that every day these top things you should be looking at every day if you want to find plays every day. One of them is squeeze, stocks that are squeezing, especially for those people who don't have time to trade the whole day or only have a few minutes to trade. You want to find stocks in a squeeze on either 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour. It means something is going to happen to those stocks when the market opens. If they're in a squeeze, especially, this is not the daily squeeze. The daily squeeze, we don't know when they're going to break. We need at least one candle to tell us what is going to happen. But a squeeze on 15 minutes. Now you see this is on a daily squeeze. This one is giving you viable play to be plays for days, but we want those people we talked about this the other weekend where we wanted to find at least a day you're taking a day trade, either 1 or 2. So for you to find those, you're looking for squeeze mostly on 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour. Okay, those are the first thing you're gonna look for, squeeze. The other thing you want to look for are stocks that have an inside day. Okay, so for squeeze, I know you guys know how to look for squeeze. So the squeeze on daily, you're anticipating 4-hour daily, it's a longer time frame. So this you might get the play for a longer time if it's a squeeze on the daily. But squeeze on 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour can give you possible day trades. Okay, so I'm sure you guys know how to use the squeeze depending on the time frame. Now, we had also looked at this consolidation. So squeeze and consolidation is practically the same thing. You're seeing this one was the same place where the squeeze was. So you're either using that squeeze indicator or you're using consolidation. So this one, you can even go as far as 5 minutes to find plays. When you see a squeeze on the open, then it means something's going to happen. If you're looking at those viable times, market open, mid-morning, lunch hour, and power hour. So you're using that to find viable plays. You can look for consolidation on like here, 15 minutes. We got this drop. We got this consolidation, went up. So you're using that consolidation here. You want to see what happens when this stock is consolidating. The more a stock is consolidating, the more it means a big move is coming. Okay, so if we want to find plays for day trades, this is day trade or scalping. You can use that squeeze or you can use this consolidation indicator. Now, the other thing we're looking for is just a reminder, because we had already talked about it, is is volume. Volume. So volume analysis, you're going to Yahoo Finance and you're looking for stocks that had some high volume. So volume is supposed to go hand in hand with the price action. So if a stock is going up, the volume is going up. If a stock is going down, the volume is going down. Now, if you see a stock is going up and the volume is going down, then you start watching that stock. You want a time the volume goes down. Every day you're looking at it, it means there's a possibility either you'll get a whole day breakout or a whole day that stock trend pulling back. But the end goal is for that stock to go up. Okay, so volume. So we have squeeze, consolidation, volume. And the other thing is the inside bar. Okay. So those stocks that have been trending, and then you can clearly see a stock is going up, and then one day it creates an inside bar. Anytime that happens, it means you're looking at that stock. Some move is supposed to happen. A stock is creating a long range, and then an inside bar. It means you're supposed to look at it. The thing is, what was the decision, the prior decision? Because that indecision, those inside bar constriction, sometimes, most of the time, it's supposed to be the stock continuing with the same trend. But sometimes we've seen the stock making a decision to go the opposite direction. But a big percentage of the time is the stock continuing with the trend. You go by the first decision. So like here, this stock made a decision, then it went up, then an inside bar. Okay, then another inside bar. So you're looking at it to break the high or the low of the range candle, the longest range candle. Okay, most of the time is the stock continuing in the same trend. Okay, so mostly you are looking for two inside bars. Sometimes a stock will just create one inside bar and then it continues. And sometimes it can create two inside bars, like 2 days is constricting, no movement, the range is barely existing. It means a move is coming. So if you want to find stocks to trade every day, you're looking for those stocks that have created inside bar. They were ranging, and then an inside bar, like here. So we have Netflix here. So have your watch list. You're going through your watch list and you want to see those stocks that did that. You will find plays every day. So if this stock was ranging, then it creates an inside buy. It means something is going to happen. In most cases, it's supposed to go continue with the trend it was on. Okay? It's supposed to continue with the trend. Now, those are your top plays. We have Netflix is here, Microsoft. Microsoft is here, okay? So if you find such plays, you will definitely find a stock to trade, okay? And something else is the NR4 or NR7. So a stock has been creating ranges for 7 days, and then it constricts. So it means something is going to happen. And so those are the key things to look at: volume, squeeze, consolidation, inside bar, and NR7. NR7 inside bar almost go together, but mostly NR7 is when a stock has been trending up and then it creates a small range. Netflix, NVIDIA. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So NVIDIA is here. A stock has been creating ranges, and then it creates a small range. So we have NR4, which is 4 days, and then we have NR7. So every day in the evening, if those are the things you're looking for to zero in on your top trades or something that you're going to trade the following day, you will catch those moves. So we squeeze, consolidation, inside bar, NR7, NR4, and squeeze. Oh, squeeze. What did I say? Squeeze, consolidation, inside bar. So inside bar, it doesn't have to be that set. Inside bar is just that a stock is ranging and then it creates an inside bar. NR7 is 7 days and then it creates an inside bar. Or NR4 is 4 days ranging and then it creates an inside bar. Okay? So NR4, NR7, for those years are volume. Okay? So every day if you're doing that, you will be successfully finding plays every day. Okay, you will be finding plays every day. You will not be forcing things because these are stocks communicating to you something is about to happen. And that's where you want to be. You want to be where stocks are telling you, oh, something is going to happen. Okay, it might not happen The next day, let's say here it creates another inside bar, but it's just communicating to you something is about to happen. Now, when you look at this range, so if it is going to go down, it is at 547. If it is going down, it means it needs to break the previous range candle. So this is 526, and if it has to go up, it has to break 553. Okay, so from wherever it is, if you're looking at that the close or the current level of that stock, it means it is going to give you some good move either direction. Okay, if it breaks out, it means you're going to have continuation. So it means it will break this level to continue up. Or if it's a pullback, it is going to go to this level, 526. From 548, that is about 22 points. So it is telling you this is going to be a good play. It means a stock was creating ranges, then it created an inside bar on the 7th day or on the 4th day. Okay, so every day, have it as your routine. In the evening, you want to find, do I have any play that it's based on volume or it has a squeeze? You can find squeeze on daily if you want. You can find squeeze on 4 hour. It is on you, whatever you want to play. On daily, the squeeze is promising you a couple of days of a trend. 15 minutes is a scalp. 30 minutes can be a scalping. 1 hour can be a day trade. Okay, consolidation. Every time that indicator is really nice. Every time there's a consolidation, a move is coming. That one you can do scalping depending on the time frame. Then inside bar, NR7, NR4. Okay, do the work. You're not depending on anyone to be doing this for you. It's a lot of work for me sometimes. It is hard to look at all these stocks, and then you're looking for stocks that have hit. They've done NR7, they've done this. So make it your routine. Every day you're looking for such things. Every day you will not miss a stock to trade. Okay? So that's what I was meant to do on Sunday. That way you're not struggling with stocks that are not giving you any direction. They're just going sideways. You're not struggling with those stocks. You're finding stocks that they're telling you something is going to happen. So the ones that are really, they don't know where they're going sideways. Like this one's going sideways. You don't bother with those. Yes, a move will come when they're done going sideways, but you want at least every day you're finding a key play. Okay. Now, before I go to Microsoft GS ER, so it has beat earnings way. That's surprising. It has beat ER. So it had a doji on Friday. Also dojis. Every time, some people usually have an assumption that a doji is a reversal. Sometimes dojis are not reversal, just indecision. It's a very clear indecision, like a cross, a line, the market doesn't know where neither the bulls nor the bears can claim they won. Nobody won. They were tied in the middle. So this is also something you can add on top of that list of the NR7, NR4 squeeze. You can add a doji. So it's not necessarily that a doji signifies a reversal. Okay, it can also signify a continuation. So when you find stocks with a doji, you can see here it had a doji and then it continued up. It had a doji here, it went sideways and then finally continued up. Another doji here, it went up. So that misconception that a doji is a reversal, it's not always the case. Sometimes you can find a bearish doji, like this one, a bearish doji, and then you have a bullish continuation. So for me, I don't look at a doji as just a reversal. So you might have a bullish doji and then you have this stock going down. Okay. So add that doji also. It's also good because that's just tied in the middle. Somebody has to break this tie. Either the bulls or the bears have to win. Okay. I haven't seen a major move here. So if it still doesn't break 389, then we're getting puts. It's the same thing. It hasn't broken, it hasn't broken this level. It is consolidating. So it needs to break 389 because it hasn't broken this level. It's 3 weeks, right? We counted this last week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here it was 3 weeks, and then we had this pullback. It came to this bottom of the range, and then it has a doji now. So after the 3 weeks tight, it pulled back to 374. So this range is good because if a stock is giving you, if you look at the range that is a good range from top to bottom, you can play the pullback. So from it hit, it broke 389. So it hit 390. Look at this pullback for 3 days, 1, 2, 3. It went from 390 all the way to 374. So this was a good play for the pullback. So now we want to see if it is going to break that 390 to go higher. It's a high time it goes to 400 if we go by the results. But sometimes the results, a stock can have positive. It did really well. The forecast was 3.8 and it did 5 point something. So it did well. So now we want to see if it breaks out of this range. So this can be a good post-year play, depending on what it does. If it breaks out of this range, then we are looking at it having a continuation and possibly going to 400 and above. Okay, so we have 399 here on this. Should be more on the weekly. So we have 397, 412 on the weekly levels, or whatever indicators you're using. Oh, something else I'd forgotten. CPR, narrow CPR, add that to that list, narrow CPR. Okay, so volume, squeeze, consolidation, NR7, NR4, inside bar, and CPR, narrow CPR. So if a stock has a weekly CPR or even the daily, it is narrow daily CPR or narrow monthly CPR. It's telling you something is going to happen. So those are the tools you're using for finding plays every day. So GS, we're still looking at the same thing. It needs to break out of this range. Okay, it's being consolidating, just barely broke 389 to 390, and it pulled back last week to 374. So we want to see if it's going to get another pullback. This was, it barely did two lower lows, and then it broke this support, meaning it wants to go back up. So we want to look at the same thing today. If it's going to break 390, then we're looking at those levels going up. If it is pulling back, then it needs to break below 374. Okay, so that's for GS. UNH is still post-year. Okay, so we had it going down. It was also consolidating here. So this is an example of what to anticipate with GS. This consolidation, it was either supposed to go above 540, 550, this, whatever, it rejected 550 here. And then who's going to be the assistant to write these things? The more I repeat, the more I forget something. Who always attends? Chep, are you here? You're the one who's usually attending this when you're relaxing kwa kitanda. You'll be our assistant. Whenever I mention things, you write them down. Chep, where are you?
I'm getting ready to go to work today.
Oh, you going to work?
Yeah, today.
You're always attending pre-market ukiwa kwa
I know, yeah. I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. So,
Okay, who's
bye.
gonna do this? Donna, are you able to do this, or you're also at work? Somebody needs to be noting them down and even copying in the chat so that we don't forget. So Raphael, volume analysis, volume, NR7, NR4, inside bar, squeeze, consolidation, and then CPR, narrow CPR on the daily or narrow CPR on the weekly. If you want a longer time frame, is narrow CPR on the monthly. Okay, so it's just narrow CPR is telling you expecting something, either for the day or for the week. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bado uko Kenya?
Yeah, bado niko Kenya.
Wewe ndio sasa ungekuwa unatuchukulia notes.
You know, sometimes I'm traveling, but right now I've developed a habit of sitting down and listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa,
Yes.
sawa.
Thank you.
Now, the UNH, we want to see, so we had, it broke out of this range. We had this lower low. It was supposed to go to 508. It rejected 508. And no, it was supposed to go to 503. It rejected 503. And you see this whole of Friday, this is consolidation. So this whole candle is consolidation. So it can either go to 541 or it can go back to 508. So it was supposed to go to 503 and it rejected 503, created a higher low here, but we didn't see much movement post earnings. It went to 528 and then it will, if somebody played puts on Friday, it went down, but it still rejected, going down to 508. So this is still a good play post TR. If we go by this, it is so it was bearish since it hit 554, came down. This was a pullback, lower high, didn't hit 550, so bearish continuation, broke this. So we want to see if we'll get another candle continuing down to break this level to go if the next level is supposed to be 487 or something. I gave the levels in the chart. Okay, so that's a good post ER play, GS and UNH. So we have tons of stock reporting, not this week, next week. Netflix, so many good stocks reporting. So anything you're looking for pre-ER, just look at the calendar for stocks reporting next week. They can also be good plays. Before that, we have some semiconductors also reporting. But today, I don't want to go into that. Okay. So our key plays, Microsoft. Okay. So we had this consolidation. It was in the list of 3 weeks tight. Every time I put a list of stocks with 3 weeks tight pattern, they're supposed to be bullish. Please. I think I said that, I'm going to repeat. Any stock I list that and say 3 weeks tight, it is supposed to be bullish. Okay? Even if you see this, so this is what, even if you see, if you count the days and it's 14, I think even GS is the same thing. So if you count these days and it's 14 and you see this shallow pullback, just know 3 weeks tight is supposed to be a bullish trend. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we had this consolidation and this. Just know it is supposed to be a bullish trend. Any 3 weeks tight. Yeah, and I don't think I've listed the ones for this week. Where's my phone? But gold has 3 weeks tight. Now, it's always when gold is breaking. I've always repeated gold, and usually people move money from the stock market to gold. They usually are supposed to go the opposite direction. If gold is trending up, the stocks are trending down. So people move money from stocks to gold. But when you see gold and the stocks going up the same direction, something is wrong there, and the market will have to correct itself. So It's only gold, really. Uh, so we had Meta in the 3 weeks tight. We had a Microsoft, and you're seeing this. So we had Meta also. So anytime you see that 3 weeks tight, at least stocks in that 3 weeks tight, expect a bullish breakout. So this Meta was in that list, MA was in that list, V was there. I usually post that in the weekly. Okay, so this MA was there, and you're seeing this is the bullish move. It also has an inside bar. Okay, so these are stocks to look at today. It has an inside bar. V was also in that list. So the 3 weeks tight is supposed to be a bullish. You see, V was here and it's bullish. It also has an inside bar. Okay, so every time you guys see that 3 weeks tight, even if you're seeing this pullback, just know you're supposed to get calls, and it's not one day move. It's supposed to give you at least 3 higher highs, and it can go on for 6 higher highs. This week is only gold. Really? Okay, so we only have gold here in that list this week. That's disappointing, but I mean, stocks have been trending. So GS looks like a 3 weeks tight also. It's doing the same thing like Microsoft. It was over 14 days, and then we had this pullback, and then we had these. So it's not in my list, but we're gonna look at it. It almost has the same pattern. It was for 3 weeks, it was not breaking that 389. Then we had this shallow pullback here, and then we have earnings. So it's not there. I don't know why. It should be. So look at GS. GS and gold, they're the ones I only, this one is me fixing it there, but gold, it has that 3 weeks tight pattern. We don't have so many stocks. We have GLD. The other one is gold. This is almost like a penny stock. I don't like it. What is it? What is the... there's GDX. So this, they just see, oh, this one is good. This one pulled back. This is the ETF, came down, and then we have a decision here. So look at gold this week. I know you guys probably don't. GLD is the one that I like. It doesn't move as much, but it has a 3 weeks tight, so something is supposed to happen. For those people who trade Forex, so it means you're gonna be looking at this. Okay, this one. Now, if you're trading Forex, I don't know what lot you're using, but if you're getting a good move, I'm gonna look at what I'm gonna put in this week if we get that move up. So this is also a play for those who trade Forex. Okay. That's for 3 weeks tight. So those stocks, those stocks that have 3 weeks tight, the trend is bullish. So always look for them. I post them every week, every week, every Monday. Okay. The tight pattern is supposed to last 15 days. Okay. So Microsoft, we're supposed to get continuation. It needs to break 390. Okay, it has that inside bar. We had so after the 3 weeks tight, we had this candle making the decision out of the consolidation. Then we had continuation. So I said you don't want to miss the day after a decision is made. So it made a decision here on Wednesday. It continued up on Thursday. And on Friday, we have an inside bar. So want to look at it today for continuation. Okay, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Okay. And this one has a red candle. So NVIDIA, we hit 553 on Thursday. Then inside bar here barely made any move. So whenever you're seeing this, just know this is an inside bar. Don't force trades scalping on such a day. Whenever you see a stock creates a range, and then the next day you're seeing ditch that stock that day, look for something else, just time it the following day. Okay? It is a stock to trade. Just know when to stay away from these. When it's doing this, you can barely get any move. So barely leave it. It means it's communicating to you, time me. And some of the cases here, you can have them stocks being viable for swing. When you have range, and then you see this, like almost a straight line, they can be viable for swing. Okay, but risky. Sometimes I usually just want to wait the following day to see what decision does it make. Okay, but NVIDIA, Microsoft, Netflix. So all this you're seeing on the daily chart, please. The daily chart is where you see this. So we had Microsoft breaking this 500, went to 503. So it is telling us it wants to go up, then we had an inside bar. So it means, look at me today. Today, look at me. Okay. Those are the three top. I've listed them. Pick your poison. Another stock we're looking at today is CAT. We're not looking this one. The inside bars, the NR7. I've listed the stocks in the daily top watch and in the some of the day trades. Look at them. I just wanted to mention those top three. Now CAT. Why is CAT here? It is supposed to go up. Really? It's supposed to go up. And it is consolidating. Okay. So it needs either to break 298 or 283. Okay, it's supposed to be bullish. And it has ER 26. So this can be some move we get pre-ER. It is supposed to go up. Ugh. So when you look at CAT, you're also looking at DE. So DE was supposed to create 3 lower lows. CAT was not. CAT was just, why do I trust my head so much? Okay. So DE was supposed to create 3 lower lows. So we had here, it had one, barely, then another one, then we had this, and then it went again, broke this. So it has given us 3 lower lows. After that, it's supposed to go up. Up. But CAT was not supposed to do 3 lower lows. So this one, those two, look at them. And net also, I think, has that inside bar. So most tech stocks, oh, Annette broke it. Why is it in my list? So Annette is supposed to look at it today. Supposed to pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is day 6. Pullback continuation. I think I'm growing old. I should stop trusting my head. Microsoft and Net, CRM, Shop. Uber. I've listed those possible day trades, but our key play is Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, and Anet. ZS is also here, ZS, MDB. So tech stocks today, apparently they're supposed to be key plays. So you're seeing this, Nvidia had the same inside buy, bearish inside, but then this one had continuation. So ZS, even Apple. So tech stocks, top trades today, tech stocks. Then BA, I think we should just buy puts and just watch it tumble the way it loves tumbling. There is another plane that had an incident. There was news they were going to wrap up the investigation, the FAA, but now with that, I think they will be back onto their case. Now, BA is a good stock. I always tell you guys, BA is a good stock. When it's dropping, it's dropping. When it's going up, it's going up. It has no in between. So far, we have this consolidation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It tried to pull back here. So this we had these two moves after the news happened. Then we had an inside bar, and then we had continuation. It's creating new lows. So possible bearish continuation. Every time BA has this kind of news, it always doesn't survive well. It always just gets shut down completely. But there are people who take advantage of buying at those lower levels. So based on news, this was just a play based on news. You'll be trading puts and holding based on news. This shallow pullback, write it down. Any shallow pullback, continue writing it down because we don't know when this fiasco is going to end. Those planes had issues from the word go. I don't even know why they were just cleared. The 737, is it max 9 or something? So for BA, that's the thing. Just any pullback, if it's a lower high, keep writing it down. Okay. ENPH was meant to create 3 lower lows. It did even more than that. So it has more than 3 lower lows. It was just supposed to be a pullback, and this one decided, no, more than that. So look at it today. I just have ENPH there, but also look at FSLR. Okay. They were just meant to be pullback, but they went more than 3 lower lows. So we know we can do 3 lower lows to 6. So if they are not going back up, then we are going to continue going down. This is the same sector. Okay. This was the weakest. Barely even took off compared to ENPH and the FSLR. This was just the weakest. In any sector, the weakest is always just lagging behind. In this sector, it was SETG. Okay. So if they're not going back up, we're looking at maybe possible continuation. These earnings are coming in February, so they should be good. I don't know how long bit they can stay down there. They should be going back up. Okay. Baba Baidu. They're in the same boat. So they are supposed to. So this one broke out of the consolidation. They're supposed to have a bullish pullback and then continue down. I don't know how low these Chinese stocks will go. Or they're supposed to have possible bearish continuation, then watch for bullish pullback, not necessarily today. Okay, so in that list, you have BA, Baidu, Baba, Robinhood. Ah, not Robinhood, RH. RH, yeah, chip. So they're supposed to continue down and then at some point have a bullish pullback. So you're watching for that bullish pullback. BA is there, Baidu, Baba, RH, NCLH, and UAL. Okay. So this is Baidu. It broke this consolidation and it broke this support, 109. So if it keeps continuing down, then we are watching for this 103. Okay. If it breaks 103, so they reported now, the same way you guys time CPI for US is the same way you're timing to trade CPI for China. They reported CPI on Friday, and I mentioned that. So they were plays because based on CPI, and we had the whole day they were trending down. So the same way you guys time CPI for America, you also time CPI for China because they're giving you plays for those Chinese stocks. They all trended down the whole day. PD did too. Okay. So they usually report CPI after America. So it trended down. Baba is just the weakest in that lot. So they're supposed to continue down, and then I don't know if this will be now because they are low pre-market. They are dropping. At some point this week they're gonna be lotos with the pullback. So they all trended down and they're still going down pre-market. They reported CPI on Friday, and we had this every time you see consolidation 1 hour, it's a squeeze. It's almost the same. Yeah, you see it's tallying, it's the squeeze. If you see a squeeze on 1 hour, can be possible day trade and swing. Okay, so they're supposed to continue down. So watch them today. I don't know if they will bounce off today, but they're supposed to continue down and then pull back, have a bullish pullback, and then bearish continuation. I don't know until when. Okay, so those are for Chinese stocks, including Futu and Entes. Futu. Okay, and Entes. Also JD. I haven't had JD for so long. Just beaten down. Okay, this one enters and this one is consolidating. So it needs to break below 87, going down, above 96, going up. So we'll keep track of Chinese stocks until they go back up because they've been trending down for so long. Same thing as JD, still above 20. Okay. So that's for Chinese. CRM and Net, ZS, those three. Watch them today for possible continuation, including crowd also. I don't even know why. Apple is my watch list for some reason. Apple was supposed to create 3 higher highs, barely had an inside bar. So maybe we get a move where we see a clear direction for Apple. So tech stocks are top watch today. Okay. And this one, supposed to create 3 higher highs. It had an inside bar. So we had, this is the candle that made a decision then the next day, but it didn't. It still is also consolidating. So it needs to break out of these. 399 to go back to these levels, or if it does, it's coming down to 360. So when you see MDB has always been a good stock to scalp both directions. It gives good plays both ways because the range is really, really good. Like here, this range is really good. So MDB, it was meant to create 3 higher highs. Not very clear higher highs, then we had an inside bar. So in those stocks are listed with an inside bar, MDB is there. ADB, look at ADB. Now, this is the range I'm talking about. Look at the range. You're just writing it up. So it needs to break out of that. Okay. And squeezing on 15 minutes. Okay. Ideally, I thought we were supposed to be bullish, but almost everything is just giving me different ideas. Now, SPY needs to break 479. How many attempts? I think on Friday was the second attempt. And it's squeezing on the daily. So it needs to break 479. I know there's a low 481 and then supposed to go to 489. Okay. So we haven't retested 479. We barely rejected it 2 times now. So here, 478.6, and then here, 478.5. So we've attempted 2 times. Okay, so we are looking at SPY. If all the tech stocks are gonna be bullish, that means we're looking at SPY going up. If we are bearish, we are pulling back. If all the tech stocks I've mentioned are pulling back, then SPY could be pulling back. Now on the weekly channel, I've posted levels for SPX in case they are bullish, and then SPY in case we are bearish. Now SPX, just put a decimal at the end and you get levels for SPY. It's just the same thing times 10. Okay, so I've put both scenarios depending on what happens today. Okay, QQQ, most semiconductors are still not doing really well. AVGO is still lagging. QQQ, we have like a double top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is day 6. It has not retested 413. So here we know it has to retest 413 first. Because if it's not going to 413, we're expecting some pullback. We have a couple of semiconductors. NVIDIA has an inside bar. SMCI is telling me it's supposed to pull back. Ugh. So SMCI has 2 inside bars. Ugh. Look at it today. So we have the first inside bar and then the second inside bar inside the first inside bar. So this is good play today. You want such things. 2 inside bars. SMCI. This second. So it needs to retest. If it's going up, it needs to retest. It needs to retest 357. It just kissed it and then pull back. And then we had an inside bar on Friday. So it needs to retest that level to be bullish. If it rejects, then you're looking at puts. I posted the levels in the weekly channel. So it has an NR7, okay? Then it has an inside bar. And it was supposed to be in the slingshot bullish. So if this is our slingshot, this was the pullback. If it's bullish today, sometimes the slingshot can be a long 3 days of pullback, and sometimes it's just this is the slingshot. So you're pulling back and then fiatua. How do you call it in English? So look at SMCI today. Okay. So it broke a rule here. Anytime you're seeing stocks breaking a rule, just anticipate this. So it broke this rule here the first time, then the second day broke a rule, then again, then we had this pullback. Okay, so SMCI, NVIDIA, look at them today, AVGO. AVGO still has room. It's just, I think all you guys are anticipating and looking at it in our share to Q. It's just having some pride here, but he still has room. It hasn't broken any rules, so this can be a good play. You can go to 1131, 1148, still has room. It hasn't broken any rule. In Arusha, Rasa. It hasn't broken any rules, so this can be a good play. I know you guys are all looking at it. Okay. So it hasn't broken any rule. Look at it. ISRG barely has like a double bottom top. So it needs to break this level, the 358, 366, 368. Okay, it was bullish. 1, 2, 3, almost like an inside bar. But okay. Tesla, it is walking. Tesla BA, they're walking down the Bollinger Band. Tesla, Tesla is the same as BA. When Tesla is dropping now after that break of the consolidation to walking. It is walking. So we needed to break the rule here very nicely, go down outside, and then we start looking at it going back up. but it is walking down the band. You want this. So the same way I'm saying a VGO can be a good play. You want when it's going down and not touching the band. It's just walking. BA should be doing the same. So those they're good plays to hold because that stock is just going down. CBA is just walking. After here, broke a rule. We had an inside band, and now it's just walking. Okay. Those walking up the band, they're always breaking the rule. So those are the ones walking down the band. Then we have this one's trying to walk up. So yeah, you can even add breaking rule, Bollinger Band can be a good play. I mean, a good viable play. If a stock breaks a rule, it always has to come inside. You see here, break a rule, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. When it breaks the rule, it has to come back inside. When it comes back inside, you want it to just be away, where it's not touching this, it's just walking up. So NVIDIA is there. They were just breaking rules. Microsoft was breaking rules. Okay, see, break rule, then it has to come inside. So when it comes inside, it can break rules again, and then something has to happen, it has to come back inside. So you want stocks that are not breaking that rule. They have room to walk up. Okay, AMD also can be a good play. See, didn't go out all the way out, and it has a doji. JPM, just because GS reported earnings, so it had this breaking rule. So you're looking at it also post-ER. Any questions? I don't want to now go all over the place. Any questions? The cost is trying to walk up. We just like it when it breaks a rule at least a couple of times. Ah. Okay. If there are no questions, those are the stocks we're looking at this week. This week. If you missed Viv, Viv, I told you guys in November, where is it going? Mumeangalia tu mmeng'edhia, mnaisindikisha tu na macho. It is supposed to go to 220. Since I said that in November, here, I said it November. It's not even December, November. Here, I said, whatever support is coming from, it is supposed to go to 220. 220. Imemaliza. Has it hit 220? It has not. So it's breaking a rule. When it's going back to that level, of course you'll pay. Going up, pullback. Every pullback you're buying until it hits 220. I gave you guys for ENPH, it hit 132. I gave you guys for Google, it hit. BNTX hit. All those stocks hit. Munasindikisha tu. I already said it's supposed to go. Ulikula, yeah, if you ate, well and good, because it is supposed to go to 220. Okay, so it's breaking a rule here. Whenever stock is breaking a rule, it has to humble and come back inside. It has to humble itself. And then if it creates a higher low, you're still going, it's still going. It is supposed to go to 220. 220. I'm supposed to do that. I will look for stocks again to give those levels. And then muzisindikishe pia. Hakuna matara. Okay. All right. I have to go inside to -20. Take Rina to the bus. Sawa sawa. Let's see what this short week has for us. I'm tired of what I always forget how January has so many from December, from Thanksgiving. It's just short week after short week after short week until end of January. And then now we can relax. Thank you. Congratulations, KG, Kanogal, Atis. Congratulations. You played Viv. So it still has room to go to 220. It's just breaking a rule. It has to come inside. We want it to pull back slightly and then continue up. So it's still a lower high. It needs to go back to 220. I'll look for that strategy again for some stocks. But now we have too many stocks that have hit all-time high. I don't know if I'll find a lot of them in that strategy, but I will look, then I'll post them to zisindikishe pia until they hit those levels. Where is Dell or Dawn? Sign us off, please.
Guys, let's make this money.
Let's make this money. Thank you.